Hi everyone! So today I've decided to do a video about natural deodorants. It was probably in about January this year that I read an article that Harvard had published about the connection between aluminium toxicity in the brain and Alzheimer's and dementia. And I was interested in this because my dad, who's a doctor and a naturopath, has recently been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. And when he had some testing done in London at Biolab, they found that he had extremely high levels of aluminium toxicity basically in the body and in the brain tissues. So the symptoms of aluminium toxicity are exactly the same as Parkinson's disease. So since Parkinson's is a symptoms based diagnosis, it's impossible to know whether he actually has Parkinson's disease or he's suffering from acute aluminium toxicity. So then, of course, as a family, we started to become interested in where this aluminium has come from. And after reading the article, I kind of researched how to reduce your aluminium toxicity or exposure to aluminium. You know, my dad is one of the healthiest people that I know. He doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he's always exercised. And so when his health started, declining really quite rapidly and continually declining, everybody was a little bit like, this is something wrong. This isn't supposed to happen, to somebody this healthy. But now that we know about this aluminium toxicity, I really wanted to do everything that I can from here to reduce my exposure. And one of the main ways in which aluminium is absorbed into the body is through underarm deodorant. But I mean, nobody really wants to be stinky. That's not the name of the game. You don't want to be antisocial in the situation. So I thought, I read some reviews of this deodorant, which is an earth conscious one. It's earth conscious. I got the citrus natural deodorant with organic ingredients. And I thought, okay, people are saying it works. Let me give it a try. And I got my husband to give it a try too. And he's a chef working in a hot kitchen. So I figured if it works for him, it's going to work for me. I didn't use him as my guinea pig. Really. But when he told me it was working after a week, I decided to give it a go. So anyway, what I have found, and I've been using it since about January, is it is really effective. I would say a little bit more effective than normal deodorants. I was using Sure deodorant before and one that I had in France that I quite liked, but I would say this is just a little bit more effective than those. I've been using it since January, and that's kind of the amount that's left. And it's £5 for one of these pots. So at first I thought that is quite expensive compared to, $3.50 for an aerosol. But this is gone now, I'd say about as long as an aerosol would have. I would have had to replace my aerosol. No, actually, I think I would have replaced my aerosol already. Anyway, it's going long and I still have quite a bit left. It hasn't lasted as long for my husband. He says because he has hair under his arm, so he's obliged to use more. In any case, this is how long it's lasted me. Can't guarantee what those men do. It smells really good. And it's been, like I say, totally effective. And, it's a simple and easy way that I can reduce my exposure to aluminium on a daily basis. Because if you're using deodorant every day for 35 years, or however long, 40 years, in porous skin, it doesn't help. We're mostly going to put a link to the study that I originally read and a link to another video that my sister sent me in which they say that shaving actually removes the top layer of skin. So you're now, the aluminium is basically getting in much, much easier. It's passing the skin barrier much easier than it would if you hadn't just shaved. And that's the reason why on your aerosol, it says not to be used on broken skin. I didn't realize that shaving would make the skin broken, but apparently it does. For me, if it wasn't bleeding, it wasn't broken. So that's another interesting video to have a look at and consider. And yeah, if you are interested in it, or if you know anybody who would be interested in trying this new deodorant and, reducing aluminium, please just share this video. And we've got 3 samples that we're going to choose randomly among the people who share our video, and we'll get in contact with you and get a full-size sample out to you in the post. So thanks very much. I hope that was useful, and see you soon.